There we go. We're live, I think.
Good
Beer Live.
Yay.
Here we are. We're back. The boys are back.
I nearly played it and did it like too loud, like drowned you out. But then I thought, second.
There we go. It's Good Beer Live episode. Craig, do you know what episode it is?
I think it's 12 or 13.
Ooh, I'm looking for some.
Yeah.
You lot.
Yeah, only for the viewers.
And this episode,
that
it's our Euro special, where we're highlighting some cool breweries out of that Europe that we're soon not to be part of.
Yeah.
We won't talk about any of that bollocks. We'll try not to anyway.
That's it.
Yeah, so it's 3 breweries, and we've got all the beers from Honest Brew, and I'll be talking about Honest Brew a bit later on in the show, so stick around for that. But how are you guys doing, my lovely co-hosts?
Very well.
Ready for some beer?
I
may have already had one and a bit.
Yeah.
I think the Berry Republic Pale Ales, what they've got on at M&S at the moment.
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's pretty good. That. Do you know what I think? I prefer that a little bit to Racer 5. They are past the best, sadly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But for £2.50, it's not bad. But currently, probably not the best decision I've ever made. But I'm finishing a can of Easy Tiger from Left Handed Chain.
Nice.
It's lovely.
It's a lovely looking can now. I've seen that
walking
around online. It's like, wow, look at that.
Yeah. But Goes Beer Cola. But yeah, I don't know. It's got very strange eyes. To my eyes, not around my eyes, but into my eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more sensible, and I've gone for Wiper and True's small beer, which 2.7%. What they call it light pale ale, which is actually really good.
Well, I've gone for a little bit more sensible than you, Jake. I'm on
the clear stuff.
So yeah.
Vodka.
Yeah. Well, we have to say that tonight will be Craig's first beer in 34 days. What are you saying, Craig?
Yeah.
So we could see a bit of a Larry Craig later on.
Well, since the 8th of since I was with you two guys, the 8th of September.
Yeah, bit of a detox.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He peaked like when we met in London, and we thought anything after this is going to be a disappointment. So just stayed off it until he saw us again.
Exactly. Just for a few reasons, but yeah, one was like to prove myself I don't need a beer all the time, so try and lose a bit of weight, but never mind about that.
Just replace
I think you're gorgeous.
Beer and a Big Macs.
Yeah, well, I was running every day for 2 weeks. Not for 2 weeks solid. Not for 2 weeks solid. With a dog. But no, it's so yeah. And then I fell ill last week, so that put dampers on it. And just getting back up. Now I'm having a beer. I'll definitely be going for a run next year, probably. But, yeah.
Cool.
That's it. That's me.
That's just him.
That's just him. Whoop, whoop. That's the first one on your bingo card for tonight.
If you're playing the Good Beer Live drinking game, please drink that.
Oh, we should start one. That'll be a wonderful idea.
Okay, Fatty.
Shut up.
Well, seeing as you interjected so rudely, Craig, you can introduce this one.
Okay, it's a brewery from Switzerland that I've never had anything from before. White Frontier Brewery. This is a more fatty. It's a West Coast IPA, 6.5% ABV, and I did have the IBUs somewhere here, probably. About 62
it's got loads of
IBUs.
details on the can and on the bottle. It's got like expected temperature to be served at 8 degrees. I hope your bottle's at 8 degrees.
Wow, it is what it is. But yeah, I took it out of the fridge about a half hour ago, so probably around that or just below.
Yeah, I've had I think 2 before from these guys. I had a can in. It must be one. Yeah, no, you actually need. Yeah, Craig was there.
I was
when we were at Arcade when Peter came and met us in Huddersfield. I had an IPA from him that night. I've had a couple on draft. from all accounts, I don't know if he's still there, but he was. He was the former head brewer of Galway Bay.
Oh, right. Okay.
It was a lovely guy, bit of a character. He was the head brewer. I don't know if he still is, but it's unfiltered, unpasteurized. I'm going to leave a little in the bottle.
Yeah, I saw a lot of sediment in the bottom of mine earlier on. I picked it up, I was like, "Oof, that's a bit misty." But yeah, really hazy for a West Coast.
Yeah.
Still quite bright though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a dusting of something in there. Fine sediment, probably.
Yeah.
Kind of like pale golden beer.
Nice looking thing. Yeah. There's a thing I noticed on the back as well. Was it this bottle or the other one? Let me think. I think it's the other bottle. I'll go into that. Yeah, it's the other bottle. Don't matter. Professional. Yeah, I was looking for the best before date as well. It's like June of 2019.
Okay.
Well, so we could talk about Rob's tweet I noticed the other day about best before dates. We can talk about that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's a good sort of in between kind of conversation. Pretty good.
I've not really thought about it a hell of a lot myself. I just like to throw out my opinions. It wasn't even an opinion. It was just more of a query.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got to stop moaning as much on comments.
But who uses Twitter these days? I mean, come on.
People who want an argument, obviously. Lots of our lovely viewers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
use the hashtag GoodBeerLive if you.
Indeed.
Anyway, let's go for the smell of this one, shall we?
Lovely.
God, my nose is improved.
Oh,
as well.
I'm throwing it all over myself. What a fucking idiot. He's already started. I'm used to more headroom, but I went for a full pour. But that's lovely.
Yeah, it's dank. I'm getting quite a lot of dankness with that.
It is. It's quite. There's a slight sweetness about it.
Yeah, kind of gooseberry and lemon, grapefruit.
Yeah, it is definitely coming off as a West Coast beer for me.
Fruit pastels.
But
pastels, yeah.
But more of like that dank side rather than I'm not getting like too much sort of like toffee malty characteristics to it.
Yeah, very little malt character. Kind of slightly. It's got a bit of a slightly nettle kind of. Maybe it's slightly in the best possible sense, washing up liquid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of lemon and lime and grapefruit.
Yeah, quite fragrant in that.
I guess that's where Craig's getting his fruit pastels from.
Something like that. It's dusty.
Oh, it's actually whetting my appetite quite a bit.
Whetting.
Let's go for a taste, shall we?
Cheers. Oh,
damn.
Oh,
well, that's what the kids call a crusher.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I'm going to be crushing this for sure.
Oh yeah, that's got a lovely amount of bitterness to it.
It's like a bitterness that builds, isn't it? It's sort of like comes in waves almost.
Yeah, at the back end, it's once again it's got that kind of like wine gum fruit pastel thing, but a lovely prickle of bitterness. Definitely, it is like fresh grapefruit, like biting into a fresh grapefruit.
I actually quite like that sort of softer mouthfeel. It's not like when you think of West Coast IPA, they tend to be quite oily.
Yeah.
Whereas this actually got quite a nice nothing like a New England IPA, but like just quite a nice pillowy mouthfeel.
It's got a nice kind of aftertaste, sort of midway through the palate. It's there's just a touch of bitterness I'm picking up on sort of the back end, but not rasping. It's just it just builds up slowly and then hangs around for a bit and just lingers.
God, I like that.
Bitterness.
Really good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's kind of beer I'm into. I mean, it's got loads of hop flavour. Okay, yeah, it's definitely West Coast with that kind of grape. I think I'm getting a bit of white grape, but yeah, grapefruit, bit of pineapple, lemon, lime, all those type of things. I don't think it's probably at its freshest. It's maybe a couple of months old, but blimey, it tastes fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a. I'm trying to think what it is.
Can't practice.
Yeah. No, it's right. It's true.
Yeah, and I think it is still, which is a rarity for these broadcasts. I think it is still available on Honest Brew as well. So get on there, buy this one.
Yeah,
it's still available.
It's really nice. It's not, you're not picking up the ABV at all. It's like 6.5.
And it's the kind of brewery that I think people will overlook because it's not a big name. And I mean, when you think of Switzerland, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not a brewing hotbed, really, is it?
No.
I couldn't name another Swiss brewery. I don't think.
No.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Without Googling, someone name a Swiss brewery. Apparently, amor fati means love of fate in Latin.
Not love of fat.
And I definitely didn't just Google that. My extensive knowledge.
Yeah.
I've got that out of the bag.
Of course.
What, you think I don't know Latin? The boy from the depths of Suffolk doesn't know Latin. Come on.
It's really cool.
That's lovely.
What's
kind of beer that you could drink a lot of that and never get tired of it.
No.
Yeah.
It's just solid. It's not bowling you over, but it's keeping you interested.
Yeah, in a way, it's quite like a simple beer, but if you want to, you can pick it apart. Which is sort of what I want nowadays in a beer. Like I want like consistent, like just good beer.
Yeah, I mean, probably because I've not had a beer for 6 weeks. It's kind of like not really thinking too much about it. I'm just, I'm just drinking it. So I
bet sending your taste buds into rapture. It's like, remember the first time you have a beer after a while, it's just like your taste buds go bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, they're pretty happy at the moment. That they've been parched, but now they're just like, yes. Don't stop there. I want another one after this kind of thing.
Well, as it happens.
Yes, indeed. But yeah,
that's in the right place.
It's not too bad. But yeah, look at the murk in there.
Oh. That's the top half's West Coast, the bottom half's East Coast.
Definitely a yeasty sample in there. Get a bit of a torch out. I'm going to go in Terry K on this. Get the torch out. The torch and my piece of paper. Remember that?
My torch. Yeah.
You remember his piece of A4 out, and a little, in his little torch behind it, going like this.
Yeah.
That's the real colour.
Yeah, it looks clear. Could be a white IPA.
Oh. There
you go.
That's one style we don't need.
No. What Untapped saying about this one, Craig?
Let's have a quick Jimmy.
I would try and do that screenshare thing, but
a quick piss. It's unfortunate timing. Should have gone before you came on, really.
Yeah.
I just fit a catheter before we start, just to make sure I don't interrupt it.
They're quite handy, I find.
I'd like to tell all our viewers, if you're also a viewer of the Clueless Drinker, I'd like to think that we're all wearing trousers.
Well, I've got shorts on.
Oh, right. But you're in tropical Kent, aren't you? That's why.
Yeah, the other day, Wednesday, it was tropical. It's baking. It was. Anyway, we can see the screen then. It's been around since 2016. This one, July 2016. Love Your Fate, Amor Fati, an American IPA brewed with Chinook, Centennial, and Mosaic hops with 15% oats.
Oh, well, that would explain that mouthfeel. Yeah, probably.
And the slight kind of haziness, I guess. A fantastic display of American hops. Oh yeah,
it's a bit presumptuous, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
3.73.
I think that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, that's pretty much what
I'm liking the picture of the couple who the woman, I presume it's a woman who looks like she's having a whale of a time. The guy is very indifferent to the experience.
He looks happy. God, that's a bit close.
What's that a picture of? Oh, the bottle top.
Top of, I don't know why. Happiness. 50%.
That is a great photo.
Craziness. So, yeah.
I'd agree with that. I mean, so what's that even out there, really? 373 as far as a...
That's a 7.5.
I think that's fair, isn't it?
Out of 10. If you look at it on 1 to 10 scale, whatever. How does this stop?
Crazy going frame within frame now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just...
I hadn't had enough of me.
I'm waiting for it to... what's going on here?
This is great to see.
Craig oh, no, this...
There he is. Hey, he's back.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think you prefer the other view, but there you are.
What, 2 of me? Yeah, well, that's obvious. Come back again. You've done it again, you Wazzock.
Who?
You.
Me?
You're sharing your screen.
All right. What's going on?
You idiot. Oh, we're gonna get kicked out of the Beer Bloggers Guild.
This thing. Oh well. There's always pluses. Come on, you stupid thing. Oh, this is not going to.
Here he's back. He's back. Okay, cool. So shall we crack on with the second beer?
Yeah. Well, first we've got a lovely comment from Joe over at the Beer Patrol. He said, "Cheers, guys. Just popping in to say hi to everyone. Nice to see Craig cracking open a beer again. He has to go now, but we'll definitely watch the replay. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe, mate.
I hope you enjoy the strip tease later on, Joe.
Yeah. It's not me.
We're gonna get Craig hammered. Start sending him money on PayPal to strip.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, you'll get your 5p. Don't worry."
So the next one we've got is it's a French beer. A brewery called Azimut Brasserie, which is funny because it's usually in these kind of things. It's usually Brasserie Azimut.
Indeed. Yeah.
It's my best French accent. I am available for recreations. Hello. It is their Black New England IPA. I will not say the abbreviation. I've got too much self-respect. 2 hashtags. So I think there's an issue with that. So that'd be number 2. Infusion Afroid.
Oh.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, Freud. Be very a Freud.
6% ABV. But yes, the kind of I mean, I think I've had one before, but the Black New England IPA, kind of a bit pointless. But let's find out.
Well, yeah. It's going to be hazy.
You might not be able to see through it.
No.
Maybe because it's black, or maybe because it's hazy. Who knows? How hazy can a dark beer be?
Ooh! Oh, I thought that was going to go over the top. Then it made a funny noise.
This brewery's.
Oh my goodness! No wonder it made a funny noise. It is filled. I don't know if you can see it. It's filled like to there.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Generous.
Yeah, they're very
generous. The French, obviously.
This brewery's out of Bordeaux, apparently.
Oh right, okay.
So.
Oh yes, Bordeaux.
So it's 35 IBUs. That's on the bottle. It wasn't anywhere else.
It's quite. Mine's. I don't know about yours. Mine's quite lively, quite effervescent.
Yeah.
It's like making a load of noise.
It did at first. It's settled down a bit now.
Well, mine's crackling like some Rice Krispies a little bit, but
yeah.
It's looking a bit like a brown ale to me. It's a slight kind of tinge.
Yeah, I guess that's the murk, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just holding it up to my light here. Yeah, it does look like brown sauce, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a dirty brown.
Yeah.
It's one ugly ass beer. I've got to. When I put it in front of this light, it's one ugly, dirty beer.
Oh,
yeah.
It does look awful. It's almost got like a green hue to the top of it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like you've left it to go off, and it's like got a film on the top. Freud means cold.
Oh.
So cold infusion is what they've called it.
Infusion of cold.
Yeah, there you go. And again, I just knew that. I didn't Google it.
Maybe that's a thing to do with like the extraction of the colour. Might have infused the kind of like a cold steeping of grain or something, so it didn't extract any bitterness.
Yeah.
I may be making that up. I've not even read that on the internet. Well, that's it. If you say something with enough confidence, people think you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Sadly, I lack that confidence.
So
I'm doubting myself. So it means clearly other people are doubting.
This got apparently Citra Mosaic in it, and there's I was more intrigued at the back where it actually says sugar.
Oh.
So is that lactose or?
I think that's specified lactose because lactose is an allergen.
non-fermentable sugar.
Maybe it's just used for priming the bottles.
Right.
Yeah, it could be like dextrose or something. I noticed that the fatty Amore had dextrose in it as well.
Okay, no, that's trendy. I'm just thinking sugar. I mean, in homebrew, you'd prep to prime your bottles if you've got still a bit of yeast in suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Pop a bit of that in, and that'll give you your secondary fermentation in the bottle.
Right.
If you've ever,
yeah.
This part of the review, I just want to talk about the secondary fermentation in the bottle. I've got to say, I loved Simon's curry video today. It did make me laugh.
Yeah, I did watch that one.
Did you watch any of his nearly 3-hour live stream?
I started watching it the other day. Was it a work of genius?
Well, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who's potentially watching this.
Spoiler alert!
But it's worth a watch.
I love the understated comment. Makes you really want to see it. I will watch it because I caught the end of it, and I'm thinking, is he really drunk?
I don't get how he can be drunk because he doesn't drink all of the beer. You'll go on to the next one. So how can you be drunk on 2 mouthfuls of one beer? I can't. Well, I might be tonight.
Let's find out.
Tonight I might.
Anyway, shall we get the old schnoz in this one?
Yeah.
The first thing that hit me, it was weird. It was coffee that descended into like a hoppy IPA.
It wasn't what I was expecting, to be honest.
It's kind of like I'm getting kind of like chocolate, blueberry, and a bit of kind of topsoil.
That blue. No, said blueberry. That is coming through in space. I wonder if it is really Mosaic Ford or something.
It reminds me of blueberry muffins.
One thing I always think when you've got in black IPAs is it, and I don't understand what it is. Is it the kind of because you to traditionally in black IPA, which is a weird thing to say in itself, is that if you are you sparge a specialty dark grain, usually it's like Carafa Special 3 or 2, I can't remember which one. And then after that, I've been really distracted by something on my glass where there's a bit of yeast just going.
Nice.
Really weird and distracting. So that's what you do to it. So you extract colour and not that. And one thing that aroma that I get from it is, and I get a little bit of in this, is do you know when a biro leaks in a bag?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of that. And I don't mean it in a bad way because I don't mind that smell, but I mean, it is a smell of maybe more Craig's age than Jake's age, but a leaked biro in a head bag, the brand Head, which was a very popular bag in my youth.
No, I don't know what you're on about.
You're not that much younger than me. It was a very popular brand. Everybody wanted a Head bag. It might have been a Yorkshire thing.
Everyone just wanted Head when I was in school.
Wow.
We need that soundboard. I think we should have Peter on just doing the soundboard.
Yeah,
like a bit like a stats guy. Like,
yeah.
Go to Peter.
I'm actually getting quite a bit of alcohol on the aroma.
Not just like an obnoxious kind of like tech on a fucking shock jock, kind of like.
Yeah, that's from the song
and stuff.
I saw the song of that the other day. I was like, oh, it's from that.
Tim Westwood's a big fan of that.
Yeah.
We'd be much more popular if we went down that road, you know.
Yeah, I'm picking up a little bit of alcohol on that.
Who wants to be popular?
For sure. No.
I quite like the smell. I mean,
nice.
It smells like a lot of black IPAs that I like, and I like black IPA.
It looks really carbonated, even in the glass. You can see the bubbles going to the sides as it's coming up.
Shall we?
Let's go for it.
Cheers.
I think like hit menthol then as well. It's a weird beer.
Oh, it's fizzy.
Yeah, carbonation's high.
Oh, it stings. It's like cola.
That is kind of nettly.
I quite like the flavour. I think it says black IPA to me. Yeah, as I said, it's where those kind of dark malts react with quite citrusy hops, and you get this kind of like this berry. This is like juicy kind of black grape quality, maybe even. It's quite
thin.
Yeah,
not being a Paul here, but it's quite thin. I mean, I've had other kind of IPAs have been a bit more of a kind of a mouthfeel.
Calling itself like was it a New England style black IPA? I actually think it is actually reasonably bitter. There's like a roasty bitterness to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a black IPA. As far as the New England bit, what do you expect from that? A bit more body, a bit more softness, maybe a bit more aromatics. I don't know if they've nailed it I think it's a silly idea to make it a New England black IPA. I mean, as far as black IPA goes, I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, mine's up to probably just below room temperature, so it's not going to change too much on the fault.
Well, that carbonation is too much.
It's too much, yeah.
I think it'll hopefully excessive amounts of swirling, and by the time the evening ends, I'm sure we'll have a nice
open. Like a fine red wine from Bordeaux. You just leave it on the side for a little while to breathe.
Yeah,
get rid of the excessive carbonation.
I just poured the dregs into and it's.
But actually, the more I drink it, the more I'm enjoying it. Initially, nice. I was just like, not for me. But like, it's actually like there's like a roasty coffee bitterness to it, but with sort of like more tropical or maybe like stone fruit sort of hoppiness to it.
Yeah, I'm getting it's very harsh. I mean, it's 35 IBUs. It tastes much more bitter than that for me, but it's nice. I've had worse, and I've had better. Kind of, it's sort of in the middle for the style for me.
Yes, good. I've seen sort of Azimut around, and never picked them up. But I would try more of their beers based on this, just because it's interesting. It is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to try one of their IPAs or one of their stouts just to see, a few different styles. I think that's the thing with beers. You can't just judge a brewery on one beer. I like to do it over a few styles. Maybe an IPA, stout, something else. Maybe a Berliner Weiss or whatever.
I do like that. It's a French brewery, but their logo is a hop.
Yeah. With
the French flag. Yeah. A curly tash and a beret.
I would have, but judging by that, the logo, I would say that there's got to be an English bloke involved in this brewery somewhere to give it like the stereotypical like French.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm le hop.
Yeah. They're going to make some like a pale ale which involves onions or something like that.
Stinky onions, yeah.
Onions.
That'd be good. I'd be all over that.
Riding a rickety old black bike.
Indeed. Yeah.
Saying ho hee ho hee ho. That's effectively a bit of an Alan Partridge kind of like
ho hee ho hee.
It's the French episode. Is it the Eurovision episode or something where he ends up in the jacuzzi at the end with getting harassed by the mimes?
Yeah. But that logo also sort of reminds me of when when an old school brewery sort of brings out a hip range and they put like a bloke on the front with a beard.
Yeah.
On the front of the can. It's giving me that sort of vibe.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, pleasant enough. I'll be interested in drinking more when it's calmed down a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna have to grab my another one in the fridge because I left it out. I didn't put it in the fridge at all. So,
fair enough.
So, back in a second.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if let's look at the comments. Oh, craft beer pause.
Yeah,
cheers.
I've recently followed them. They're really good. They do a lot of live streams and stuff. So anyone watching, go and check them out.
Yeah, I'll check them out. It's a new one to me.
Yeah, really good.
Well, they're Americans or?
Yeah, they're out of they're near Boston.
Oh, okay, so I bet they can get some good beer then.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But yeah, really nice couple.
Cool. And the clueless drinker says no one writes about beer.
No, well, yeah, that's in reference to real ale craft beer.
Well, I'd probably beg to differ on that.
people do write about beer.
They do. I've seen it.
There's very successful people.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not very good at writing, so there's no point.
Me too.
Pointless.
Do this nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I can write. I just choose not to.
I talk rubbish as well, though, so it's not going to come out well when I write it. So.
Either one way or the other, you're fucked.
Rubbish.
So,
let's go for it. It's my turn, isn't it?
I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yep, your turn. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one.
So this is from Browar Rockmill out of Poland.
Yep.
It is a 6.5% oatmeal coffee stout called Coffee Cat, and it does have quite a good label. I quite like that. Sort of tigers sharing a cup of coffee as they're colouring in. What are they doing?
No idea.
There's a ghost on there. They're on a golf course. It's all going on. It's a great label.
Pretty cool.
And it is a 500ml bottle, which I appreciate. A bit more bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're out of Warsaw, apparently.
Their logo is a little windmill with eyes and feet. It's my sort of brewery. Just no reason for any of this.
I don't know if he's still involved with it. I mean, it's a couple of years ago now. Last year in Copenhagen. I met a guy called Lukasz, who is one of the guys at Rockmill. Oh, they're not on Twitter, so I can alert him to this. I hope he gets to see this at some point. But yeah, it's a guy who I know he sent Peter the Master of Hobbits and beers a number of years ago, and I've seen these knocking around on various European sites. So I was quite excited when they appeared on. I think they've got a few on Honest Brew. Go to honestbrew.co.uk, buy some beers. But this is one of their higher rated releases as well.
Oh, cool. I mean, it just pour it out. It looked absolutely lovely.
Yeah, black. It's like
quite gluggy.
It's like an 8-ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shiny black beer.
That is just completely different look to the last black beer we just had.
Yeah.
It's a bit more glue. It's a bit more kind of gloopy. I mean, I'm seeing bubbles coming up the side, but it looks a little bit less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like sticking to the side of the glass. It's really lovely. That was great.
Yeah. Sharp.
Shall we go for an aroma?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
That's nice. That brings a smile.
That actually does. You brought a tear to my eye, that did. That's a lovely smell of beer.
My nether eye.
My glass eye.
Ooh.
That's lovely.
That is actually really good.
Really nice.
A load of cocoa powder, got obviously loads of coffee, but and a really kind of like burnt, kind of roasty coffee.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of coconut.
I'm getting something like creamy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like gold top milk.
It smells velvety.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It smells luscious.
There's a hint of beef gravy granules for me, which is no bad thing.
Oh.
I'm getting quite a lot of sweetness.
Yep.
No,
as opposed to any sort of a
little bit of cherry, maybe.
No, get out.
Yeah, Robin, what that?
Ruin a little bit stouts. You can have cherry. I'll have beef gravy granules.
Yeah.
Ooh, gravy.
Spoonful gravy granules.
Yeah. Gravy cherry. or cherry gravy.
Whatever. Oh god, it's one of those beers that you could just smell all day.
But we're not.
No.
No, we'll go for a taste eventually. Just one more sniff and then we'll have a taste.
Yeah. Right, done.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, yes. That's lovely.
That's lovely.
Mm.
I always think, I've noticed a bit of a pattern when we really like a beer. There's a lot of just like going, yeah, like before we actually get into saying anything. Just like enjoy the beer.
Yeah, that's really smooth.
Yeah, I love coffee beer, and apart from the North Monk one, which I had about a week ago, I've not had a hell of a lot, and this is beautiful.
Really nice.
What I like about it is, obviously it's very coffee heavy, but it works within the beer. You can pick up other stuff. It's not so domineering that you can't taste anything else. It sort of works with the beer as opposed to being a.
I got a nice rasp of bitterness at the back. Really ramped up for a bit, like maybe a roasty toastiness to it.
Yeah, really kind of the bitterness of dark malt. Yeah,
dark malt, kind of roastiness. Yeah, really good.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, molasses. It's definitely got that kind of burnt edge, definitely like bonfire toffee.
Mm.
But once again, the coffee is quite sugary. I don't drink coffee, but I mean, it's like sugary black coffee.
Yeah. That's
with a bit of. I'm going to say pipe tobacco because it's a bit nicer than fag ash, and fag ash is a bit unpleasant. But
depends.
Depends. I like the smell of like cigars, and I don't like smoking, but I like the smell of cigars and pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's got a bit of that, a bit earthy, I guess, in that sense.
I think none of the flavors overtake each other. So that sort of little bit of, like you say, that smoky earthiness actually stops it becoming too sweet or cloying, and the sort of like roasty coffee again sort of gives you that bit of bitterness, and that's something else that's really good. Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting a kind of a slightly juicy berry thing in there as well now. I mean, is that hops or is that the coffee? So, I mean, some coffees you can get kind of fruitiness from it as well.
Yeah,
that's cherry. Yeah,
it's a cherry flavour you love, Rob.
Not cherry. Not cherry. Don't try and ruin this for me.
Don't you do this?
That's like, I want to drink just coffee beers all night now. I'm just looking around. I think I've got one.
Which is why I'm so glad that's a 500ml bottle.
It's quite a savoury as well. It's
yeah.
Well, that dark fruit is definitely coming through whatever it is.
It's red not berry. Cherry.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying, but
dark cherry edge is really
it's like a Black Forest Gatto. Yeah.
Okay. Does have that? I mean, you're saying that. I mean, it has got a certain kind of like cocoa powder quality as well to it.
Yeah, it's creamy. It's a nice creaminess to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I'm always in. I mean, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Founder's Breakfast Stout. I'm always in the search for another coffee beer, and there's always seems to be a bit of a. There's no. I can't go in a bottle shop tomorrow and get a coffee beer. I mean, like my local shop's got maybe 300 beers. I'm not confident that he's got any coffee beers in. I love coffee beers.
Yeah.
And it makes me, I love them, and it makes me sad that I can't get one all the time. I mean, Common Grounds is, I mean, one of the more readily available for us guys, I guess, but especially for me. But I've not seen Common Grounds for a while. Coffee beer. Give me coffee beer.
Yeah,
that's essentially what I'm saying.
That Patrons project from Northern Monk that they rebrewed sort of that is really good. I wish they'd make that like a core range. That'd be amazing if they did.
The
Northern Monk do have a coffee beer core range, but they just never make any core range.
No, yeah.
They make Eternal. They make a shitload of it.
Yeah, I mean they make a few, but I'd love them to make that. I can't remember what it's called now, but yeah.
First one, Raw Emotions.
1.02, I think it is. Whatever.
One won it.
Yeah. That really stood out this year for a coffee beer for me.
Yeah,
it's fresh as well, of course, straight from the brewery. But yeah, this is lush.
Actually, talking of coffee beers, when we were in London on the Sunday, me, Jake, and a couple of other friends ended up at Brew by Numbers, and I remember was it a coffee double IPA we had?
Yeah. Oh god, that was really good.
Yeah,
that was lovely. I forgot about that beer until you just mentioned it.
I love Brewing by Numbers. I think they're really good. They did a dark beer as well.
Hey, talking of Brew by Numbers, you mean their most recent IPA, which we had at the brewery as well, which it was great. The new pale ale, fantastic as well. Yeah, I think they're doing some good stuff at the moment.
Yeah. It's always pretty solid as well. You know, you're not gonna. They're a bit like the Colonel in that respect. You know, if you get a Brew by Numbers beer, it's more or less going to be. Yeah. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be well made at least. Which is
a good brewery.
It's just down to personal preference.
Always been a fan.
Planting seeds in my brain for like future episodes. We've got to have a London one. Brew by Numbers, Colonel, and somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't want to use the B word, but you mean.
Yeah.
You got that kind of like the fucking backbone of London brewing.
Yeah.
Modern London brewing. I mean, those breweries are all damn good.
I think you couldn't do it without including the B word, could you?
Yeah, Brick Brewery. Yeah.
As it turns out, Brick did an event up in Huddersfield last night.
Oh, right.
He just said tap takeover, last minute tap takeover.
Yeah, I saw them.
The guy was there. I'm like, if you just tap takeover, I mean, I'm not going to make the effort to go to that. But you mean if I didn't realise they were there, I'd have definitely gone.
Yeah, they went to that
Arcade.
place we went. I can't remember what it's called.
Arcade.
Yeah. I saw the photo. I was like, oh, nice. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, a few months back, I'd be like, oh, where's that? And I was like, oh, I was sitting there.
Twice in one day.
Yeah, did. Yeah. Great little place.
Yeah, fantastic.
The last coffee beer I had was last weekend in Canterbury. There's a restaurant called Pork and Co, which they just do pulled pork.
But it's fairly new.
And they've got a tap room, like a 12 tap room as well. So it was and I had Thornbridge and Wild Beer Co. Maybe it was a collab. It was like a coffee sour.
Oh right,
nice. It was damn good.
Did it work? It worked.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, a bit sort of not as sour as you remember the Siren one we had in London, like bloody hell, like a couple of years ago. Caffeine or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's Houston Tap.
Part of that range that I did.
Yeah,
the barista range.
Yeah, that was the first year they done it. I think. Yeah. Was it the first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, North Monk have recently done a coffee Berliner Weiss, coffee and something Berliner Weiss.
That's a point. That where is it? Is it there? The breakfast shake from Siren Craft Brew. That's good.
Was that IPA or was that a stout? That one?
No, it's a coffee stout.
Oh, cool.
That was part of the range, wasn't it? Was that?
Yeah, this year. Yeah, that's the only one out of the four. Only one out of the four I had. But yeah, that was a good beer.
Yeah, I do like a coffee beer. Yeah, every year, like Founders Breakfast Stout would appear in the shops. I'd buy pretty much a case of it over about a 3-week period.
Really?
And hold on to some because it does drop off. I mean, coffee and beers does drop off. I mean, I think this is sticking around really, really well. And I just need a fucking regular sauce. I'm still not quite. I mean, we're talking about Brew by Numbers. I think their coffee porters are always bang on as well.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing that a few years back. I bought when I first come up to Leeds, 2016. I brought loads of beers and brought them all back, and quite a few of them were coffee infused stouts, and I had quite a lot of IPAs to get through as well. So I'd done most of that first, and then I completely forgot that there was about 3 coffee beers at the back. I was like, oh, idiot! It's going to have faded. It was like 7 or 8 months later. Some faded, some didn't. I don't know why that is. What coffee, or I have no idea. Not being a brewer or anything, but yeah, I was quite intrigued how some held and some didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if that comes down to because obviously roasted malt imparts a certain coffee, like a certain amount of coffee flavor as well. So I don't know if that.
Yeah.
So if you add coffee, does it sort of help the malt?
Yeah.
And if the malt's already quite sort of coffee forward, does that sort of like make the coffee stick around longer?
Yeah.
Or the coffee flavor stick around longer?
Absolutely.
Yeah. A few dropped off. You can just tell that it's like nah. One was just really intense coffee. It wasn't just the malts. It was. That was good. That was a good little kind of unintentional kind of experiment, if you know what I mean.
So like the age of how coffee beers age.
Yeah, but I don't know why that is. I'm sure someone will know. But
I've had like one of the early bottle shares I did at Little Leeds Beer House. I took a fresh bottle, like a less than year-old bottle of Speedway, and then like a 6-year-old bottle of Speedway, and then the new one was so much better than the old one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, over 5 years, 5-6 years, coffee does fade.
Yeah. I think even the most
bottle of Speedway I'd ever got, it was from the original Brewdog bar, and it was Richard Burhouse who'd been up for a meeting with some from Brewdog. This is way before Magic Rock were even a concept. And yeah, I just held on to that bottle for years and years and years. I'm like, kind of get to a point where you think, yeah, I'll just not drink it for a bit longer. And subsequently buy multiple bottles in between. But I'm like, let's see what that one is like.
I'll just leave it.
Original bottle.
Great if you don't. If you hate coffee, it's great.
If you hate coffee stouts, but you want one.
Yeah, leave it for 6 years. That's the Good Beer Live recommendation. Leave your coffee beers for 6 years.
You'll be SOL.
But you mean, and see, now I want Speedway. See, I'm going to drink these beers. I've already had 2 before this. I'm going to be scouring the internet for bottles, not cans, because the cans of Speedway is shit. For bottles of Speedway, that's what I'm going to be doing now.
I can tell you, Beer Jam.
Oh right.
Because I was looking the other day for it.
The cans just never did it for me.
I've only ever had Speedway on keg. Never had a can. Never had a bottle.
I've never had. I've never had any of the Speedways. So
you've never had a Speedway?
No.
I've had Speedway and Vietnamese Speedway.
Yeah, I've had
both of them at the brewery.
I've had a chance of the Vietnamese
video on YouTube if you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I've had this year. I've had a chance of the Hawaiian and the Vietnamese on draft in London. I've not gone there because I want to try the original first.
Yeah, Vietnamese. I can't say it now because you said it was
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. It is probably the best version of it. I think I've had the Hawaiian, maybe. Definitely had the Blue Mountain. Jamaican Blue Mountain.
Jamaican Blue Mountain, yeah.
I had that in San Diego.
I've seen that on sale online. It's like 50 euros. 50 euros it is somewhere. Right, okay. That's a bottle share beer.
No, it's not. It's a drinking to myself beer. Get away from me. It's all mine.
I share that though. I just then feel gutted that I did probably.
It's like in a local bottle shop to me, they got loads of like the Firestone Walker beers, the ones in boxes, sort of rare releases and all that sort of thing. I thought, I'll go and pick up some. So I looked on their online shop, and they're fucking expensive. I didn't think they were going to be like that much, but so like 36 quid a bottle for some of them, and that I was like, I don't want it that bad. There's other beers that are.
I mean, the most I
was
36 quid.
I mean, they were a couple of years old, but which ones? Like for Cigar and stuff.
So I can't remember what they had. They had like Sticky Monkey.
Oh right.
That's various other ones, but I was like, I'd love to try them, but I just can't impart 36 quid.
That still seems.
We'll talk about this afterwards. I've still got a bunch of that.
It sounds a bit steep, even if it is 2 years old.
Yeah. I've still got Velvet Merkin and Cicaba.
Bloody hell.
We'll have a fucking, we can have a Firestone Walker jamboree in my cellar. I'll clear all the shit out Get some get a table. Get some tables. I'm going to open a bar down here. What last long?
Nice.
Drinking my beer, you bastards.
Yeah.
Bring your own.
I've had this for 6 years. The coffee's gone, don't you know?
Oh, being a crate of
Fosters.
Money
back.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Get
two.
Out of my house.
2 Fosters. I'll give you.
2 Fosters.
Not 1, 2.
Well,
but
very generous of you.
I know. I can't help it. But yeah, back to this beer. This is I'm still got the taste in my mouth, and I've not been drinking it for a few minutes.
The rest of mine because I want more of it.
I think I want to drink everything else before I go back to it, but also I don't want it to get too warm. So I'm in a dilemma. I'm in a quandary right now.
I've got 4 beers on the go at the moment. So.
Yeah, same here.
Word. I have all 3. But yeah, but I'm gonna be. I'll probably have a few more beers after.
Yeah, I've just gone back to the thing. Gone back to the White Frontier, and that is so fruity and juicy after you've been drinking that.
Yeah,
lovely. Look, I think I mean those two. I think I'm not completely convinced by the
middle one.
The middle one. I think quality maybe we're not quite there, but I think the White Frontier stuff is great. I think quality-wise, I think these guys are on par. I personally drink a lot of this kind of stuff, so maybe I become a bit blasé about it, and maybe the Rockmill just has really impressed me because I've wanted to try it for a long time, got to try it, and it's really good. I love coffee beer, and it's just like boom, love it.
That is a contrast. Wow,
it is a real contrast, isn't it?
Wow.
Well, I think like one of the obviously Honest Brew, they supply the beers to us for this show. But one of the benefits of Honest Brew is they get these breweries in, and they will do a showcase of their beers. So like they don't just get one type of their beer; they'll get like the whole range. So you can like really try like the whole scope of like these lesser known like European breweries. And if you want to try more, why don't you use our code GOODBEERLIVE? £35 minimum order. You get £10 off, free delivery. There we go.
Indeed.
And that code is GOODBEERLIVE.
Yeah, all one word. Caps, no caps, it works.
I was just looking. I mean, you on that talking point of it, as one of the less good, even though it's still quite nice, the French one. There's another French brewery on there at the moment, which you've got a bunch from. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I was just looking for the bottle.
Attention.
I've had the roasted coconut is amazing.
There's a lot of IPAs and stuff from those guys.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on there.
Maybe.
I'm trying to find the bottle. That's what I've been looking for. It's a good.
Now I'm scouting through. I mean, mate, we've got kernels on there. We've got brew by numbers. I think there might have to be as much as I've got no issue with London.
I've got no issue. I've got no beef with London.
There's no beef. Yeah, it's been settled.
Me and London have sorted out. Okay, we're fine.
There's parties out there and stuff. I mean,
London is great for beer.
It is. It is. I wish it wasn't quite as expensive, but I mean,
it is expensive. I wish it wasn't so crowded, but there you are. It's London. I can't find it.
Fucking crowded.
Yeah,
a lot of people in London.
It's
so many people in London.
I think London for me, sometimes depends what mood you're in on that day, and if you're not in the mood for people, it's just not good.
Well, I think the great cities are at the same time they're the best and the worst places. Like if you go to New York, you'll see. I can't remember. A comedian said it where if you're in New York, you'll see the most attractive and the most insane person you've ever seen on the same street. So you see like the most beautiful woman you've ever seen walking past you, and then on the corner there'll be some absolutely mental deranged person.
Yeah,
which I think sums up sort of like the great cities quite well. It's like even like Rome or anywhere like that, they're just mad, they're chaos, and you hate it, but you also love it at the same time.
Well, half of that sounds like my street.
I say Bradford. Bradford's one side of that.
Yeah,
one of the most beautiful people.
Didn't say which side, but yeah, no, it's But yeah, that other French brewery is very good. Well, the beer I had was. Where is it?
Give them a go, maybe.
It's annoying that I can't find the bottle.
But I did before we wrap up. I did want to get back to Rob's tweet earlier on in the week. I was at the Poffin one. How you say it? I say Poffin, just because I like saying the word Poffin.
I've done the review of it. Yeah, that is damn.
Right. My wife heard me say it about that beautiful woman walking past you in the street, hey? And she just texted me. She said, "What sort of beautiful woman do you mean, eh? Surely that should be your wife walking right next to you." I'll text back.
You are the kind of like the human embodiment of that meme.
Yeah. Or the one where, yeah, I know exactly what you mean when they're looking around.
Yeah. You are the human embodiment, and you got done for actually just quoting someone else.
Yeah, I was quoting a comedian. I was quoting a comedian.
Yeah, it wasn't very funny.
So the gap between the hangout, which might go live, and the end of this broadcast might be longer than expected because Jay's going to do something.
I was coming from a massive black eye.
Watching. Maybe that'd be the worst thing. She'd be like, that Rob guy swears a lot. He says inappropriate things, doesn't he? That's my deal.
Yeah. That's all good.
What? She said thanks for the shout out. So she's listening. I don't know if she's watching or just listening. This is freaking me out now. Anyway, before we wrap up, I did want to talk about Rob's tweet earlier on the week about best before dates because I thought it was quite an interesting. You just put it out there and you actually got quite a lot of response.
I did, yeah.
So it was just a simple statement of what was it like? Is our best before dates like necessary or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get the actual wording if you think it's that important. I think it probably should do. I mean, you're massively lazy. You know what? I can actually fill in this kind of amount of blather whilst I'm trying to find my tweet.
I didn't read it, and then the plethora of replies. So.
Plethora. My actual question was, how useful are best... See, if your wife is actually watching this, Jay, bring in a really boring, beery question to really put her off. Good tactic. How useful are best before dates for consumers? Only useful for us if we know how long you put on each beer.
Shelf life.
That is the thing. If you got a bit, if you got
Sorry,
best before...
I'm just thinking pipe life now.
Yeah, I know.
Shelf life.
I sometimes put a best before.
But it depends on the style.
Shelf life.
Except on Tuesdays.
3 months on my New England IPA.
Formerly known as shelf life.
Jesus.
Bit of thought goes into this. We've got an online hit.
We've got a hit
sensation. Viral. You get Simon in on it. He can sing it.
Can he?
He'll be up for it. He will be well up for it.
Not after 3 mouthfuls of beer.
He'll be on the
I'm glad
floor.
you said beer. Anyway, but yes, I mean, I do find this. I've asked this question to breweries a couple of times recently. It wouldn't have been Nov Monk Faith. I mean, there's a shop that I go in York. They get a shitload of Faith, but so I thought, oh, this is probably quite fresh. But I checked, and it wasn't actually that fresh. And I know fresh isn't everything, but I think with certain beers, it needs to be, and I think with certain beers, it can be. I mean, I live kind of between Leeds and Bradford. I work in York, which is kind of like not a million miles away from Leeds. So, I mean, I'd expect beers like that to be relatively fresh. I mean, it's well priced. They're getting through it. So, I kind of hope that kind of Nov Monk Faith I pick off the shelf will be fresh. But I can't be sure until I pick that can up and look at the bottom of it.
Where do you generally pick your cans up from?
From a shelf.
No, you know what shop?
Shelf life.
Yeah, shelf life.
I only pick my.
I mean, how do you think they've been stored as well? That's another thing.
Well, it depends really. I mean, that's a defining factor as well. I mean, yeah, if I go to the Triangle, which is my local shop, that's always in the fridge.
Yeah.
They get a steady stream. Once again, that's a beer that they fly through. At Rainville in Leeds, they get through a fuckload of faith.
Yeah, I mean, they know. Yeah, but they know beer, so them sort of places, it's more likely going to be.
But in Trembling Madness, I mean, it was at least 6 weeks old, maybe even longer. It might have been like nearly 2 months old, which was quite surprising. So it's I guess it's this whole thing where the beer drinker, the craft beer geek, is attracted to the only way. There's a lot of breweries and retailers will say all they want is the newest, freshest stuff. But how can you rely on core range if it's not if you don't know how old it is?
Yeah, I think like a bottled on, canned on date is purely for the consumer and actually shows you sort of. Obviously, there's lots of breweries who do care about the consumer. I'm not saying it's like a general thing, but I think putting a canned on date shows that you sort of care about people drinking it fresh. Yeah. Whereas if you just put a best before, then it's sort of like because you can put anything as a best before. Really, I mean, there's no sort of like structure to it.
Well, that's more for the brewery really, so they can keep their stock on the shelves for longer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's more. Yeah, it's for the shops, really. It is.
Well, yeah. Well,
is there a legal thing regarding like best befores?
I think you have to have one.
Yeah.
I think it's like if you're selling to the public, I think you have to have
product.
Yeah. But it is a funny way. But like I say, it's meaningless unless you have that number before when you knew it was produced. I mean, Cloudwater go that step further, and they have that. Like fresh before,
3 days.
And so the canned on, was it canned on, fresh before, best before,
like a best before, yeah.
Which is amazing.
See, that's fair. I mean, that's one of the conversations I was having with a guy from Trembling Madness that they're getting really stung by that kind of 3 month. I'm sure a lot of bottle shops are getting stung with that 3 month number. I mean, getting through. If you've got Trembling Madness have got like maybe like 400 or 500 different beers.
Yeah, it's madness.
And I mean, you've been in there. It's nuts how many beers they've got.
It makes you tremble. It's madness.
With joy.
Shelf life.
And he was kind of saying, I've got a load of like Track and Cloudwater and blah 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 and Verdant and stuff, and they put 3 months on, and you know, once upon a time when you be waiting on those Stone and Ballast Point bottles to come over, and there were maybe knocking on 3 months. You'd be quite grateful of that.
Yeah, you go 3 month old Stone, bloody hell.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's still within drink, but it's still within like the steps before. I mean, fucking nice. I've got 7 days left.
I mean, some breweries though. I mean, not so much. I wouldn't say so much Magic Rock. You don't get any of that kind of when it's ultra fresh. That kind of greenness with these cans. I know it happened with Cloudwater. I don't know about now, but it certainly did in the past.
I had one last night. I thought it was a bit fresh for a week or two. Would sort it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not had that for a while from Cloudwater.
So that would potentially help a little bit. When they've mellowed out a bit after maybe 2 or 3 months, this drink fresh thing, I think it's to a degree, yeah. But going the other way, it might balance itself out potentially.
I think it's sort of like what Rob was saying about sort of like bottle shops.
Yeah,
getting all these new releases.
Oh then trying to shift it. Yeah.
And then there's another new release which they feel they have to get.
Well, this is the thing.
But then they're left with just a load of shitty old cans. Like there's a local, like a different bottle shop to the one I was talking about earlier, but they have like a shelf of all out of date beer, and it's only that beer was only released a couple of months ago or whatever, like three months ago. But like because because it does have that date on there, you turn it over and go, well, that's out of date.
The thing is, how many cases do they get when the new beer comes out? Say
Probably not a lot, but I think because of the new releases, so they get maybe a couple of cases of that beer, and then the brewery releases another one, so they get a couple of cases of that beer, and then the brewery releases another. So it's like they never shift it, but they still buy the.
Yeah, I wouldn't get 2 cases and just get a case.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, but
then you'll sell out and you'll no more of that, and then it's like it's one of them, isn't it? But then you haven't lost any money, have you? So
it's a hard one.
It's difficult, yeah, for sure. But I mean, Cloudwater, they just pump out so many cans. It's like you just don't know. Every week, you know, you could have a whole bloody shop full of Cloudwater cans, couldn't you?
Absolutely, you can if you buy them all. I think I'm not. I mean, and for me, I mean, in the 2 shops I shop regular, it's intermittent. When I see Cloudwater, no, I don't see all the releases. I'll see like a chunk of new ones, and then maybe for a month, I won't see any new stuff. Month, 6 weeks, because I don't think there's any brewery at the moment. I don't know. It's just I'm in a lucky position, but I don't think there's any one brewery that will hit the shelves and just disappear, apart from Cantillon.
No.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But you mean any British brewery, I don't think it'll just hit the shelves and disappear. I mean, we used to be Cloudwater, Verdant definitely have been those big breweries in the past. I mean, people empty shelves, but I don't think
I saw a tweet about sort of like the Cannonball releases this year. It's like something that people are still finding it on shelves.
They've got a human up at Triangle. Yeah. Maybe like 6 cans left, and that's all. But yeah, he's still got some. Yeah, I've got a can. I'm gonna have it later.
The Neo was the one that just disappeared from everywhere.
Well, it's just the new one, isn't it?
New release.
The new one. That's all beer people. We just want new ones.
But yeah, getting back to what you're saying about
bloody beer people.
Beer's not shifting. I think
beer people.
Perhaps it's maybe where you are in Yorkshire. You've got some quality venues that have so much stuff, you know, within 30, 40 miles, something like that. Whereas there's other parts of the country that haven't got that. That if they get a case of it, it's going to sell because there's nowhere else for them to get it.
I mean, I would go against you on that because I live in one of those places, and it's still sitting on the shelves.
All right.
All that stuff is like in the like so I have a bottle shop in my hometown. There's one sort of 40 minutes away from me, and there's one like an hour or so away from me.
Yeah.
They're the ones I go to regularly, and it's the same in all of them.
Yeah.
It's just sitting.
Would you reckon there's more cask ale drinkers in your area then?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. That might be the issue as well. So it's like you got to have demand, but like
that's the issue.
Yeah. Then it goes the other way where like Rob lives in a place where there are a lot of craft beer drinkers, and they're still sitting there.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's weird.
It's a tough one.
We've got a few good venues, sort of like we obviously know East Kent. There's a few. But yeah, I know pretty much. I mean, yeah, maybe that's
radically reduced. Like last time I went in there was a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, no, I went there last week, but before that, it was more or less exactly a year to that date that I was there.
Yeah, they've got a shelf of glasses now, I think.
Yeah, they've got rid of loads, so they don't hold as much stock anymore. It looks like it's a concerted effort to shift what they've got as opposed to stacking them high.
Yeah, I think that they had a lot of stock downstairs that just loads.
I see they like what they do is they do big they open a big bottle of something.
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
Give it away for free, and
really?
A lot of that, yeah, you can just go have a taster.
Very good. I'm off there on a Tuesday.
Because they do that.
Because a lot of it is, I think it was just down there. It was just down in their cellar, and it was just sitting there. So what's the point? Yeah. What's the point of it if you're not selling it?
They do that in Margate as well on a Tuesday. It's only like £4 for a glass.
Yeah, because you get people in, and they probably buy more, and you're not wasting anything because that beer's just sitting there anyway.
Big bottle cracking.
Yeah, regarding the best before, I mean, a reply that kind of like really chimed with me partially because he was a beer tuber of distinction. Mr. Ryan Rashan from the San Diego Beer Vlog. His reply was, "We've been barking about this to breweries for years. Just put on the packaging date and let us decide."
Indeed.
That just for me just sums it all up.
That is it. That's what it is.
If I want it fucking 8 months old, I'll make that decision.
Yeah.
If I want it 2 weeks old, I'll make that decision as well.
Exactly. And that's what a well-known beer tuber from America would say as well.
Do you know what I mean? But it's the fucking... It's the mystery of the best before. I mean, how long did you put? 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 15 months? I don't know. You tell me.
2 years.
There's got to be some transparency for the
for example, I have a bottle of beer from Chilton, their Dark Matters, and they could give it like a 100-year shelf life. It's got like 2099 on it or something ridiculous like that.
There's less transparency in beer.
So it shows that you can just put it. They've obviously done that as a bit of a gimmick, sort of like this beer lasts forever and all that sort of thing. But it shows that there's no sort of legalities, particularly. You just have to put one on there. So a brewery could go, well, if I just put a long shelf life, then my beer can stick around for longer, even though it's crap now.
Yeah.
That's the cynical way of looking at it. Shelf life.
It's a bit of a hazy topic.
Oh,
So that haze will settle if it's left on that.
No transparency.
Got to be clear on the subject.
Yeah, they got to be clear on it.
Actually, just before we move off of this fantastic kind of this moment, I was thinking. So who originates these three? And you can tune out after this if you want, because this is clearly the pinnacle. It's not really. But who? Right. So who invented Haze for Days? Who invented Milk for Months? And we know who invented Unclear for Years.
Unclear for Years.
Yeah, Unclear for Years.
Well,
Are you reason for Months as well?
No, I didn't do Murky for Months. I think it came out of like someone else said it as part of a conversation, but I didn't come up with that. Yeah, but I said Unclear for Years because I thought Haze for Days was so ridiculous.
You're the first person who said it. I've not heard it before. So
no, Jake did invent Unclear for Years.
Oh, for definitely. Yeah.
Who's Haze for Days?
Haze for Days.
My initial knowledge of Haze for Days is Peter. But did Peter get that from somebody in America? I don't know.
Yeah, because Unclear for Years came out because I thought Haze for Days was so ridiculous. So Haze for Days came before.
Yeah, Haze for Days is the original.
The original, yeah.
See, Joe's Arcade. I used to watch him before he got a bit too fucking vegan for my liking. I can put away with a certain level of veganism. He went a bit too vegan.
You never go full vegan.
Him, and I know Peter watches him, and I know he's all about the juice. But the first person I heard say Haze for Days was the exalted beer tube icon,
Master of Puppets.
I don't know. Maybe Peter can enlighten us about that in the future, but
yeah,
I'm going to credit Peter for Haze for Days.
I know he said Unclear for Years a few times.
Yeah, he has said that a few times.
He actually acknowledged that I said it first.
Permeated the fucking.
We got Rod in the chat as well. Hello, Rod. How you doing, mate?
All right, Rod. How are we doing?
Very early for him.
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And and Peter said he wrote a blog post once.
Yeah, once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Oh, well.
Hey, Peter. I hope you're going to join us for the chat in a bit.
Yeah, it'd be good. I haven't spoken to Peter for a long time.
I haven't spoken to Peter for like 5 days. Wonderful. Yeah. We'll talk about it. We had a wonderful time in Manchester last Saturday.
I don't know about that bloody ice cream thing.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
I wasn't sort of jealous of you being there or anything at all.
I was
sort of seething as and got
I
FOMO.
kind of wish I could have done like 4 sessions just so I could get like a percentage of the beer that I wanted to drink.
I remember ice cream sodas when I was younger. Just pop the old thing in.
Yeah.
Like a Coke float.
I love a Coke float.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a floater.
I remember me first.
We all remember our first.
Mm. And on that bombshell.
Shelf life. Anyway, if that's the only thing to come out of this, then I think it's been a successful program.
I think so.
Rory's.
But also that was a successful.
Sorry to cut you in. Rory's in the chat. He said, "Hi, hello, mate."
We've got people joining.
Tried the new Pina Colada IPA from Cloudwater. Yeah, I guess that's aimed at Rob.
No, I've seen it online in various shops, but I went to the brewery 2 weeks ago. It wasn't on. I was in Manchester last week. Nowhere had it. Nowhere's had cans recently. I've seen cans appearing in. I've only seen it in Beer Central in Sheffield. So yeah, it's a funny one. I did listen to the new Cloudwater podcast. If you've not listened to that, I'd suggest doing it. It's quite good. It's quite good. It's maybe not as good as they think it is, but it's interesting. And they've got Jeff Bagby on there, who's actually maybe more interesting.
Cool.
And no disrespect to Paul. I love Paul, but I mean,
yeah.
And
Rod, my first beer in 34 days as well. By the way, Rod. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm so fucking proud of it.
It's just not that bothered, but it's just kind of like I've kind of missed it, but then on the other hand, I haven't. And it's also to be I haven't got a problem. So
yeah, it's nice to
know I haven't got a problem. Yeah, so that's
what I might be. Turns out I'm not, but I actually just like it.
I like it as well, but then I can just go no. That's it. I can be stubborn.
You certainly can be stubborn. We don't need.
So you know what I mean?
You didn't need to quit the beer for that.
That's it. That's it. I was like, nope, not having it.
Not having it.
So yeah,
well, it's nice to see Craig's off the wagon now.
Craig's off the wagon.
Yeah.
One of us. One.
Yeah. I'm off and running. Yeah.
It's sad day.
See the bruises tomorrow, probably.
Oh, no people. Right.
So many drunken people.
And they all go on and on.
About
Show
questionable and trivial subjects for about an hour and a half.
That's good. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. Good.
Yeah, no.
Hang on. Whoa. Get involved in that, doing that. Come on, that's
right.
That's
anyway,
inappropriate.
Let's get out of here. No,
let's go.
But yeah, that's.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for your comments as always. We'll be back. We haven't got the beers selected for the next ones, but we'll be promoting them in due course. And I don't know who's hosting the next one. One of these two. Probably.
Some good shit coming. Got some tasty beers coming.
Yeah. Always tasty beers. Always good beers.
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes
it's always live.
It's always live, except if it's live-ish. And then it's not.
No, trivialize.
It'd be re-live.
Moving the waters.
Muddy waters. Down now. Shelf life.